Hi, everybody. How are you doing this evening? My name is Karen Felton, and this is Karen's Chronicles. It has been way too long since I recorded a video, but it has not been because I haven't tried. I am actually having a moment where I've recorded two videos this week, and one video had so much skipping that I couldn't even uh, uploaded and recorded it, like skipped a lot, which was very disappointing because I had a really good topic that was near and dear to my heart. But everything happens for a reason. So I'm coming to you unscripted, without a topic, and experiencing several different kerfuffles with being consistent with my YouTube recording. So that's what I actually am going to talk about, how I'm overcoming the the plateau of posting a video every day to then 3 days a week to then infrequently. And that's because life's. I talk about that a lot on my channel. The day to day challenges and things that come up that keep you from doing something with some level of consistency. So here's what I want to share to my YouTubers out there, my content creators, those of us, I'm going to include myself, who endeavor to find space in the web and on the internet for complete strangers to come and watch us and learn more about our lives and hopefully be inspired. I am still encouraged. That is thing one. I am still very much encouraged. Here's why I'm encouraged. I started this journey because I was inspired by Glow, and I was even more inspired by my little sister, Dr. Kelly, who put me on to Glow because I formerly went on this journey of having podcasts, having guests, curating videos. If you watch my very first YouTube video, I talk about how I was very scripted. I followed a lot of people, the thumbnails, the things. Like there were so many things in 2021 and 22 that I did to try to make myself appealing to the audience that I was targeting. And over time, I realized that not only was it exhausting, but it really wasn't me, which is why it was so exhausting. So, fast forward to 2025, I started this journey in November to post every day. And I did that. I did it up until about video 50. I celebrated video 50, went on vacation, tried to pre record several videos, and I actually did, and recorded two while on vacation. So I still kept up with it. And let me tell you, it is very encouraging to hear my voice, to critique myself, and to see myself and hear myself being real, being authentic. And I think that if you follow my channel, you know the real, you know that this is me at my heart. And that encourages me to keep going, even on nights like tonight when I'm tired, when I don't necessarily have a topic. And then the topic that I talked about from my heart, that video, you'll never see it because it had a lot of technical errors. However, I'm still encouraged. Point number two that I want to make tonight is that if you are a content creator and you have a POV and you are not sure who your audience is, you have a story to tell, you have people you want to encourage, you have ideas, you have experiences, and you have lessons that you want to share, I encourage you to keep telling your story. If you look at my channel, you'll see that I think I have about 39 followers and I'm at video number 74, I believe. I don't really know the data because I'm training myself not to look at it. And I am proud of myself. So, point two is keep going. Don't stop recording. Life is going to get in the way. You're going to be tired. You're not going to want to record, but I'm encouraging you to do it anyway. I don't have a lot of followers. I watch my videos probably more than a whole lot of people, and I am still amazed at what viewers are interested in because the topics and videos that I think are going to be really meaningful are the ones that have the least amount of viewers, the least amount of watch time. And I'm not necessarily counting the days for any of my videos to go viral, but I do wonder when my content is going to be available to more people. And that brings me to thing 3: patiently wait and peace be still. So you may wonder, why are you even doing this? What prompted you to get in front of a camera, be a talking head, and share your innermost thoughts, your faith, your personality? What prompted you to do this? What did you think you were going to gain? And what I am hoping to gain is a better understanding of myself. When I got to video 34, I shared with my husband, I'm like, man, I think I started a YouTube channel just for me, just because there were things I wanted to process. I have friends and family that I talk to regularly where I share some of these thoughts and some of these lessons, and these are actual conversations that I have with people. I also have a business that does not make any money because I have a full-time job and I'm not really good at selling. I'm more of a servant. I'm more of a giver. I'm more of a roll up beside you and say, hey, I see you dragging. How can I help? And that doesn't mean that I need to not make money off of it, but doing it in this space has been a shift. So I shifted. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh, my nose is itching. It must know I'm recording. If you watch any of my recordings, you will see me scratch my nose ad nauseum. I don't understand what that's about. My brain does weird stuff. Anywho, you will notice that, well, you don't notice, but I, prior to being on YouTube, was on LinkedIn regularly. Like, I plan posts, I well crafted posts. I'm a graphic designer. I do my own artwork. I know how to use Premiere Pro. I know how to use InDesign and all of those great tools. I am self-taught. And so I invested a lot of time and a lot of thought and planning to make sure that my presence on LinkedIn was solid. I actually, 2 years ago, took professional photo shoots so that I could become a podcaster and that I would appeal to audiences, businesses, corporations that would bring me in to help their organizations talk about how I can shift their workforce and reshape and encourage the BIPOC community to continue in STEM, all of those things. And then one day I decided that I'm going to record a YouTube video every day. And I just kind of left it alone. So I'm embracing the shift. That is point 3 I think I'm on, is that I'm embracing the shift primarily because it took up a lot of time. In the last couple of years, my day job has gotten more responsibility. My role has more responsibility. I have joined and become involved in more civic and community organizations, and that has taken up a lot of my time. And so I said, recording a video I can do. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to be all done up. I can record in various rooms. I just need to make sure the lighting is good, that I'm coherent, and you can understand what I'm saying. And I've done that. Not perfectly, clearly, but I have been enjoying the process. And so there's a risk when you become a content creator and you're focusing on YouTube, especially if you were on other social media platforms. I am not on all of those social media platforms. I mean, y'all, I have to tell you, I'm going to suspend the points and just be real to you. The amount of money that I spent to pay for streaming because I hosted interviews, which I love. I'm going to get back to that eventually. But I really loved asking good questions. I love presenting STEMinists and men and women of color to the world to share their points of view, to learn about them, to understand how they made it. Because my biggest drive is to provide access. One of the things that really bothers me is that our young professionals, young STEMinist students don't necessarily have the access to people. And while we are in the age of social media, while they can become connected at job fairs, on LinkedIn, through various organizations, I still believe that you need to see it to be it. That should be part of your narrative, that no matter who you are, no matter what your background, there is someone out there that has made it, that is exactly where you want to be, and I want to connect you to them. And so to completely shift and be on YouTube feels like a departure, and it almost feels self-serving. But I am going to stay the course, and I believe that it is going to bear fruit. I also endeavor to improve my public speaking. I started on this journey as a STEMinist to do workshops because I had a job where full time I ran a government wide STEM based program for the armed services. And I spoke a lot at agencies, at career fairs. I was a face and an experiential person that you can touch and feel, who has a technical background, who's in leadership, who's recruited, who's hired. I had a comprehensive footprint in the STEM space. And so I was able to capitalize on that for a season. And in this new season, as again life shifts and as we continue on our journey, I'm in a different job, I'm in a different role. And so I'm not necessarily far removed, but I am removed from that community just a little bit, which is why it was so important for me to remain present on LinkedIn. And I still do post every now and again, but not nearly as much as I used to. So why am I telling you all this? I am sharing with you this information because there's somebody out there who's trying to figure it out. Again, I have changed computers, I've changed cameras, I've changed locations, and I'm just going to hit record. I'm not going to wait for the perfect background. I see some of y'all with the backlights in the background and the lights low and the light just perfectly hitting your face, and I have tried to create that aesthetic. And in some videos, I'm successful, and in others, I'm not. And I'm okay if it doesn't come off perfectly, because it's more important that my voice be heard. It's more important that someone watch this video and say, man, she don't have it all together, but she's going to keep going. I want to encourage someone with who I am completely, who I am authentically. And my last point, I believe, I may come up with another one if the mood hits me, is that I am very proud of myself. I have support from my family. My husband is a producer, he makes beats. If you were to look up, and you don't have to, but if you go to feetplantedllc.com, you will see some podcasts that I have done where I've used my husband's beats that he has made in my intro. He's actually working on a video now for me for YouTube. So he's very talented, and it has been fun to go on this new journey and have him be a part of it with some new skills. He's really great at writing music, writing songs. Most of the songs are about how we glorify God, how we are walking this life, and our lives are not our own. We are here to fulfill a purpose, God's purpose for us. And he lyrically does that, and it's so beautiful. And so some of the things that you will see in the future, as soon as we can tighten them up, will be a result of that. And I'm very excited. I'm also proud of me because I do this on a schedule where I have so many things going on, and it's okay. We're all busy. I'm not special because I have a job and family commitments and other obligations. But what I am thankful for and proud of myself is that I have been seeking the Lord for what is it that you want me to say? Because I've gotten in front of a camera and recorded a couple of videos and didn't post them because I'm like, that's really not what we want to put in the atmosphere. And it wasn't negative. I would never put anything negative or disparaging or rude. I'm not a bad actor in that way. I'm very conscious of who's listening to me. But if I were to be honest, a couple of those videos, and a couple is two, maybe a few of them, were very self serving. They were ones that highlighted and showed how suave and how woke and how spiritual and how intelligent I am. And they weren't boastful, but it just didn't feel as authentic as this video does and as other videos are. So I scrapped them. And more importantly, I don't want to be a fraud. So, in addition to being proud of myself, I am not going to sit in front of you and pretend to have it all together. I don't. I'm not going to provide you with scriptures when I know that I haven't spent time in God's word. He has a wonderful way of convicting me and saying, you say that because that's a scripture that you know, but when's the last time you spent time with me? So I can't sit in front of you and pretend, and I'm not trying to pretend, but talk in ways that projects wisdom when I know that I have not sat at the feet of the cross. I won't do it. And I'm so thankful that in those few moments, not many, but few videos, I was convicted and I was just like, you're right, I gotta scrap it. And so here I am. It is 10:18 p.m. I've been home for maybe 3 hours. I had a meeting at 7:30 that I forgot about and I had to punt that to tomorrow. I've had a very long day. And through it all, I still want to sit here and record a B-roll of me talking to a camera in an office that needs to be cleaned up about my life. And I'm curious if there's anybody else that can relate. My makeup is almost off because I've had it on all day. I went to the optometrist to get contacts, actually to just get my eyes examined. Let's start there, to get my eyes examined. And in the process, tried on contacts. So, funny story, they take adjustment. So this prescription is 7 years old. Y'all don't come for me. It's an older prescription because I have not taken the time to actually update it. I can still see fairly well. The contacts are new, based on a new eye exam. And on the way home, I could not see long distance. The lights were blurry. I almost had a little bit of a panic attack and I had to breathe. And it's just like, Karen, you can see the lines, you can see the license plate, you can see how to get home. Like, I had a whole experience coming from the optometrist because my eyes were adjusting to a new prescription. When I was in the optometrist office, I could read all of the lines. And then when I get out into the open, my eyes have an astigmatism and they are able to now correct and I can see closer. So before, I could not see my phone. I had to literally have on contacts and then have on readers to be able to see up close, and then I could see distance. And now I've adjusted my prescription and I can see up close fairly well, but now I can't see cars like 10 cars away. They just look a little blurry. So I'm going to have to go back again. And as I was on my way home, calming myself down, because it's weird to drive and not have the vision that you had when you got there. I don't recommend anybody do that. And I wasn't too far from home. I was it was a 20-minute drive. It reminded me about life and about perspective. And even when our vision is corrected. It takes us a minute to adjust. It takes us a minute to get the prescription right. Some things that were in focus are now out of focus, and some things that I couldn't see, now I can see. I'm going to have to go back to the optometrist who is skilled in providing prescriptions and working equipment to help me get to 20/20 vision, because I left and he said, "You're at 20/20 vision." Well, then, sir, if I'm at 20/20 vision, why am I not able to see like I was with the old prescription? And the answer to that is because your eyes have gotten used to it. I'm wearing these glasses now. You see me wear these glasses in pretty much just about every video. My eyes are so used to seeing in a prescription that no longer suits me. And so, because I have now removed the old prescription and now I have a new one, my eyes have to adjust. And that message is not message, but that analogy really captures not just the season that I'm in, it captures how I feel about my life, in that I'm going through a transition. I have to take off what I think I need because it's comfortable. And just because I can see doesn't mean that it's the right prescription. You wear it long enough, your eyes will adjust. And it is time for me to get a correct prescription that's going to allow me to see just a little bit better. And it's going to be an adjustment at first. I mean, I didn't expect to have the reaction that I did, but it weirded me out that the things that I used to be able to see, like I had to, they just need to be adjusted. And so sometimes life imitates art, and what is happening is real time adjustments. And what does that mean? That means that tomorrow I'm going to put those contacts on and I'm going to go back to the optometrist and I'm going to say, "Hey, you adjusted it so I can see close, but guess what? I really want to see those cars, 10 cars, 13 cars away in front of me. I want to be able to see that. So let's just keep working at it till we get it right. Let's keep working at it. I'm going to trust you as the expert, but that means that I've got to make sure that I am doing the right things so that my eyes can adjust. I'm not going to go back to this prescription that I'm wearing now. I'm going to continue to get the right mix so that I can see while I'm inside and I can see while I'm driving, for safety, if nothing else. And I encourage you to keep trying. I encourage you that for those that are going through a tough season where nothing seems to fit, nothing seems to be working right, and maybe you've tried everything, I want to encourage you to not give up and to recognize that there is a fit for you. Like, you're going to be able to see 20/20. You're going to understand why you have to go through these circumstances. Either they're going to bring you closer to God, or God is trying to renew something in your life. He's trying to shake something off of you. He sees your end. He sees ahead of us, and he knows what we have to go through in order for our greatest good to bear fruit. That applies to pretty much anything that we're going through in life. And I'm just very thankful that I recognize the role that God plays in this journey, even as it's being recorded. It's not easy to put yourself out there for the world to pass judgment. And even people that believe that they know you, when they listen to you or maybe watch a video, they'll still learn something about you or your business or who you are. And it's an opportunity, if you're brave enough and willing to be authentic and hopefully be in alignment with what God wants you to share and what he wants you to do on this platform, you'll not just encourage other people, but you will remind people that God can use broken vessels. He'll fill in the cracks. He wants the cracks to be there. We have no choice. We're humans. We're not perfect. We are in the process of perfection. And He doesn't want us to give up. If no one supports you on your creative journey on YouTube, know that I do, because I'm a fellow creator. If there is content that you would like to see Karen Chronicles talk about, please leave those in the comments. Again, I don't have a topic for tonight. I got to figure out what to call this video so that I can post it and put together some description. But real talk, this is a download of my day and a download of my thoughts and a message of hope and encouragement for those of you out there who are endeavoring to be a positive voice. And if you are a man or woman of faith, endeavoring to reflect the light of Christ in a world that is dark and would prefer nonsense over truth. That's not easy either. So we're just going to take the wins where we get them. If you don't have a lot of subscribers like me, it's okay. Keep posting, keep recording. And with each recording, you will get better. You will be more confident. And if nothing else, you will appreciate who you are and how you show up. Whether you're consistent, whether you're kind of consistent, whether you need to take a break and then get back on it, whatever it is that you need to do, I highly recommend that you keep going and include God in your process. Pray before you record. Think about your content and what it is that you want to say to the world, because it's going to be out there. I've been doing the same thing, and there isn't anything that I put out there that I'm ashamed of and that I believe that God would be like, daughter, why did you share that? No, I pray and believe that I am walking with integrity, and that the life that you see displayed, the stories that you hear talked about, the examples are not contrived. They are the journey of my heart in hope to give you hope, but also to be a reflection of God's love, God's long suffering, so that you all know that we all have purpose. Not all of you are supposed to be on YouTube. Heck, sometimes I wonder if I'm even supposed to be on YouTube, but I'm going to be here until God says, nope, I got other things I want you to do. And so here I am on a Thursday night, being real honest with you in front of yet another device, because the other devices don't seem to work. But I'm here. And I hope that at the end of the day, you recognize your worth, your truth, your story. You are valuable. It is worth telling. It is worth listening to. And if you have a YouTube channel and you make it all the way to this point in the video, I would love for you to put it in the comments, because I'd like to follow you. I actually go on YouTube. I don't just listen to my content. There are a lot of days where I'm looking for encouragement. Like, I follow people who have millions of followers, but what drew me to them was their content, their vibe, their authenticity, their love for the Lord, their transparency, their willingness to let everybody see the boogers as well as the beauty. I endeavor to be an example, not a perfect one, but one that God will be pleased of. That's my goal. Karen's Chronicles. All right. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to name this video, but you'll see it. I'm going to post it and upload it tonight. Please like and subscribe if you would like to hear more about my life, my journey as a professional, let's go in order. My journey as God's daughter, my journey as a wife, my journey as a bonus mom, my journey as a professional, my journey as a engineer. I don't talk about my sorority too much. I did post something on Founders Day, but it's just my life journey and what I'm learning and how I'm using the Word of God as my is my yardstick for how I walk this life thing out. Yeah, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. All right, folks. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye.